we're all boogieing to the music there. All right. Good morning. Welcome to the Larry Steinhouse Show. We are broadcasting live from Investor Schooling headquarters right here in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. I am Larry Steinhouse. I am the CEO of Investor Schooling, and I'm here to make financial education fun and accessible to everyone, including you.
Me?
Our show is not boring.
No, it's not.
Our show is exciting and interesting, right?
Depends on who asks.
So most financial shows are really, really boring. We're really, really exciting.
They are also pre-recorded.
And they're pre-recorded. We do it live. We are live. And it is, what today's date? It is December 21st. It is the show before Christmas and New Year's. We're going to do it. We're going to have a recorded show next week. So I'm just telling you that in advance. We have a recorded show next week. So we're going to be talking today about making sure you guys have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, which is so weird that it's the same day as Christmas, and a Happy New Year. So we'll we need to make sure we mention that quite a few times today.
We will.
But just to get you, I also want to tell you that we discuss several ways of making more money. We concentrate on real estate investing, stock options trading, the stock market, and how to maximize your retirement funds the right way. You can call us anytime during the show at
855-939-1137. That's the real deal, not a recording. Saying 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. I'm Omri Morad, and I approve this message.
Oh, listen to you. About 6 months too late, but okay.
I'm
you
working.
have to fix the thing. You to keep doing this. You have to fix
I know. Debbie's so mad because I have the phone number of the show
on top of me.
on top of Debbie.
What would you like to be on top of you if it's not the phone number?
So she's really mad. So if you're watching online, just so you know what we're talking about. Like I have an overlay of the phone number, and it goes over Debbie's face instead of anybody else's face. So I will move it for you, Debbie, right now. Okay.
I would appreciate that.
I know. I will. Just give me a second.
Why do you
here.
put it over your face? Then you see how you like it.
Not the face. Put it on me.
I
like
give me
things
a couple,
on me.
You like letters on you? Or you like numbers on you?
Can you finish the intro?
Eventually. Okay. All right. We're also here live. We're live on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. Please say hi. Leave us a comment so we know you're listening. And we know it's working. 2 weeks in a row, we had trouble with this. 6 years.
Yeah.
6 years, we've had trouble with this 4 times. And 2 weeks in a row, we had trouble with it in the last 2 weeks. So we're really hoping it's working. So if you're watching the show, and if we haven't lost you because of last week and the week before, please leave us a comment, let us know it's working, and let us know that you're here. What else? I'm also here with my co-host, Dr. Deb Anderson, who we talked about today. We actually talked about today, we said that you were the straight man.
Yes.
So before you guys came in, I was talking to Sean. Sean's our producer today.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Sean about the fact that you're a straight man.
Okay.
And he right away giggled.
Why did he giggle?
I don't know, Sean, why did you giggle? You don't even want to talk. You don't want to tell you why he giggled.
Out of all the producers, he's the one who doesn't want to say anything.
Is it the man thing or is it the straight?
It's probably
the fact. Yeah, it's probably the fact that I said the straight man instead of the straight woman, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe he just like maybe it's the word straight and man
together
next to each other.
That's what I think.
Which is so unusual, right? It's become
Stop.
an oxymoron.
Yeah. Oh God! Get out of here!
Listen, Sean. That's all we do is make people uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Have
you ever listened to our show? Seriously?
Yeah. You just canceled the essence of this show.
Yeah, it's like, have you ever listened to us at all? Like, really, ever? Come on.
Listen, Sean. I'll make this really simple. Grow the up. Well, you should say it. There you go. All right, so it looks like we got some people online saying that it is working this time. Yay! I'm so
Glenn
happy.
and Kimmy. We haven't seen Glenn on the show for a long time.
So we're still in the. By the way, we're still in the intro. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
I'm also here with my other co-host,
right,
Omri Morad, also known as the Immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
You still haven't changed the phone number like I've asked you to.
Oh wait, I didn't get there. I can't do it while I talk. Okay, so I got to finish talking because unfortunately, I'm the engineer and the host.
Okay.
So I can't do both at once.
Omri can do both at once.
He can't come over here. No. So he can't because he'll.
How do you know what I can do at once?
Right.
I have faith in you. That's why.
Okay, I appreciate
it.
Right.
So and whatever I said about Omri, whatever.
You see, you behave so badly to immigrants in this country. It's
Yes, we
crazy.
behave
Oh, I know what I was going to say. So
Tell me.
I think I told you a story, right? I'm on LinkedIn, and somebody reaches out to me on LinkedIn. They go, "I love your show. I love your show, and I love that Indian guy who's on the show with you." And I'm like, "What?" And I was insulted. I was insulted that they called you Indian. I don't know why I was insulted, but I was insulted that they called you Indian. Can you please tell the person who is listening to the show what you are?
Do you like chicken tikka? I am Israeli.
Israeli. How anybody can mix up an Indian accent with an Israeli accent, I don't understand.
Yeah.
But I guess they're just, they must just be racist
Did you give me my
or
number?
stereotypes, and they think that anybody with an accent comes from India.
Okay. And everybody that speaks Spanish comes from
Mexico.
Apparently not.
Right. Apparently not. Exactly. That's the point. Right. That's exactly the point. Right. And everybody who is black comes from
It's Africa.
Africa, which is wrong too. Right? So yeah. Here we go. We're going down the rabbit hole again. So Debbie's going to bring us back online.
Okay.
Anyway, the Larry Steinhouse Show. We're still in the intro.
Let's go
The
back.
Larry Steinhouse Show is brought to you by Investor Schooling. At Investor Schooling, we teach you things about money I'll bet you never knew. We focus on practical learning, and we'll equip you with real-world skills in real estate investing, stock options, tax-saving tips, and the secrets of financial freedom. Our headquarters are right here in Bucks County, but our online courses teach eager investors all over the country. RSVP for a free class, and you'll actually get to meet us, and you'll see that we are exactly the same as we are on this radio show in person, which I think is people come in just to see us, which is great. But you could go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com, and you could learn all about us. All right, I want to thank everybody for checking in on. It looks like a lot of people are checking in on YouTube, so thank you. Got a couple people checking in on Facebook too. Thank you. Hopefully, we'll have no technical difficulties on the online feed. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
now that you stopped talking, you can fix the phone number for me?
Yes, I will. You guys have a conversation while I fix the phone number, okay?
Let's have a conversation,
okay.
You and me, Omri.
Why? Because he can do two things at once.
Apparently, he doesn't know how to do two things at once.
Okay, do you want to refer to the fact that you think I can handle the rear, or we can talk about that?
So I drive into radio to come in this morning, right? So I live 5 minutes away from here.
Me too.
Yeah, that's right. We both live 5 minutes away.
All right,
from here.
Deb. The phone number's fixed. It takes a little while for us to update on our screen, but it's fixed. Okay.
All right. Thank
you. All right.
So me and Omri, both of us live 5 minutes away from here.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a Jeep, which is 4-wheel drive, and it drives pretty well in whatever weather.
Anyway, pretty well.
What's that?
Okay, go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, I pull into the parking lot, and I see Larry's car, and then I look over and I see the Maserati, and I'm thinking, why on earth would you bring in the Maserati in this weather? Because, when you have weather like this isn't the time to bring out your sports car. It's the time to bring out a regular car that drives well.
It's a regular car.
I know, but it's not. It's a okay. So then from there, we start talking about, Omri starts talking about my rear.
I didn't say anything about your rear. I said that you should know how to handle a rear-wheel drive
No,
car.
that's not what you said. You said you need to know how to handle your rear. That's it, and that's where you stopped. And I said, I'm pretty sure I know how to handle my rear.
Okay, let me get this straight.
So can I?
You usually bring us back on track, and this is what you're talking about?
You asked us to talk about something, and I'm talking about the story.
You're talking about your rear.
So
I'm talking about the story about my rear.
I want to bring up a subject, and if people want to call and discuss this subject, I'll be very happy.
What subject?
I want that people will call and mention things that we will only using when it snow, when things that you only using in a certain time, that you don't use them. For example, you don't use sports car when it's snow, or you don't use. I want people that will call at 855-939-1137. For example, you don't go with your mistress to a wedding, right? I want to know.
You don't go with your mistress to your wedding. You might go with your mistress to somebody else's wedding.
You shouldn't also.
Well, you can always have your mistress here on the side. She wouldn't know the
difference.
difference.
Well,
it depends whose family is it, right? If it's her family.
Right, I was saying, if it's her family, why not go with your mistress, right?
So if you want to contribute to this ridiculous conversation, you can call us at 855-939-1137 and tell us what you want to bring to what event.
Okay,
and
so
welcome to the Larry Steinhouse Financial Show.
Hold on a second. We can do that, but let me ask you a question, right? What do we want to do? What do we want to give them? You know what we should do? Mm-hmm. Here, hold on. We should we got the Champagne and Real Estate event coming up, right?
Wow, right.
So let's do this. So I'm actually going to play a bumper for the Champagne and Real Estate event. If I could find it. Here we go. All right, you ready? Here we go. Hold on. All right, so this is what we'll do. We're going to give the tickets away. They're on sale. Anybody who calls in and just says what? Says
They
something
need to
you'd only use in the
explain
snow, right?
What they want to use and when. That's what they need to tell.
Well,
Right.
I think you were
Why
talking
they
specific
want-
about, when it's snowing.
What they want to use
What they
and
won't
when.
use.
Wait.
What they won't use and
Yeah.
when.
No. What they do use in the snow, or what they don't use in the snow, because you
Leave the
changed
snow.
it.
What they don't use and when they don't use it.
Oh, because it's snowing.
Anything you want.
Okay, like my motorcycle.
You can
I
talk
I
about.
wouldn't use my motorcycle in the snow.
Okay.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Why
so
not?
that was I took one off the. As Dom Giordano says, I took one off the board.
Okay. I mean, I thought you wanted to make it specific to the snow because that would be.
I want
funnier.
that people will call and tell
Okay.
what they want to use and when they want to use it.
All right.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't even have to be in the snow. It could be
No.
like
Yeah, but I think.
like you don't need contraception after a woman is
I will give a
in her
stupid-
50s, right?
I will give a stupid example here.
What are you talking about? So I think that's a little off the topic,
Well, that was.
At Larry
that was-
Steinhouse Financial Show, where we're talking about stock options and real estate.
So
Yes, okay.
let's go back to the track before people call. And
Well, what's the phone number?
I don't know what's the phone number.
You don't know what the phone number is?
267-4.
No, no.
Sorry.
Did you do that on purpose?
855
Yes, he did it on purpose.
939 1137. 855 939 1137. That's 855 939 1137. That's Debbie giggles when I say 855 939 1137.
That's because she gets turned on by it.
I get turned on. No, I was still laughing at the, you don't need.
When Omri does the phone number, so you guys who you guys online can see it, but you guys on the radio can't see it. When Omri does the phone number, Debbie giggles and curls her hair.
Which hair?
So
Omri!
I'm sorry, what do you want?
really, did you have to say that? Don't you understand? Don't you know what that
We
means?
had this conversation about the European wax. So
Can
here
we
go.
talk? Can we?
Man, this is like the worst show ever.
You said to bring the pre-show to the show. That's what
So,
we're doing.
and that's actually, you did say that.
I
So
know.
we're
Yeah,
bringing the
that's what
pre-show
we're
to the
doing.
show.
So let's go
So
back
this is
because
what happens before we get on the air.
Yeah, we
let's.
talk dirty before we get on the air.
Yes, very
Omri
dumb.
wanted the list of all the words you can't say on the radio. Obviously, we can't say them.
That's why
But-
they.
but-
And then we were
but
talking
he had-
about
but he
different
had
types of
things-
piercings.
But there were certain words he was like surprised that you're allowed to say, which he was surprised at.
Yeah. So let's talk about that because we are a financial show and a real estate show, and we do have a deal to talk about that. Actually, me and Debbie went to look.
All right, let's talk about that deal.
we
So you
can
guys want to
talk
see this
about
deal,
that
right?
deal.
Yeah, so Omri went with me. Yesterday I went to Germantown. There's six properties
Six.
in Germantown that we went to go take a look at. 4 of them are vacant, 2 of them were occupied. And do I say how much they want for this?
All right, it's up to you.
Yeah, so they want almost like $900,000 for these 6 properties. And they need some work. Like one definitely needs to replace maybe 2 of them need to replace the heaters because one heater never clicked on. The
I
other one-
couldn't start any of the heaters.
Yeah.
Now there is electric and there is gas to the buildings, but I couldn't start any of the heaters.
Yeah, and the
Now-
one was so rusted over, like there's
One-
no way it would even
Ooh.
start anyway.
One of them, actually, it was.
This you didn't tell me.
Yeah, one of them.
Well, I
is,
tried to show you pictures, but you didn't want to see the
I
pictures.
don't want to see pictures. I want you to tell me things. I learned more. I learned more talking to you. I learned more asking you questions
Okay.
than I do from the pictures, right?
All right.
If you want to say the heater's really bad, I wasn't sure how bad it was. Take a look at it. That's something else.
So,
But just tell me the heater needs to be replaced is something to take into consideration.
So I think some of the water heaters needed to be replaced.
Okay.
And I think at least two of the
heaters.
two of the heaters need to be
Right.
replaced.
Okay.
I think for the most part the electrical boxes looked okay. There's one or two that were
no
kind of
fuses, and it looks like everything was upgraded to Romex. Maybe there is some knobs and tubings on the way. You never know.
Yeah.
But it seems that everything is upgraded. The thing is, the places are good, but they
They're okay.
were
They were okay.
maintained poorly.
Yeah, they were maintained
They
poorly.
were maintained
Okay.
poorly. For
So-
example, in the
I thought
last.
they were renovated.
So
Some of
again,
them were, and some of them weren't, but they were not renovated well.
Okay.
so you always renovate better than I do.
I renovate to the iron, to the top, because I want to be able to get rid of my properties really fast in case something happens.
You have an awesome rule that say that you always renovate your properties in a way that you can always live there.
Right.
Maybe you
Then
don't
I don't want to live there, but I could live there. Right.
but you
Exactly.
could live
right.
there, which is fantastic.
Right. That's
And-
my
and
philosophy. It's been my philosophy for 40
I
years.
try to do the same. Maybe my standards are lower. I know.
Well,
I try to do the same.
Right.
But in the houses that we saw, I couldn't live there.
Now they were
The kitchens were
They were that bad, huh?
repaired
So,
again and
so
again.
I'm kind of confused. I thought these were in great shape.
They
They
were.
were so two of them were in okay shape that you could rent them out right away. The other two really needed a lot of work to be redone. But
All right.
either way you would need some paint and you need to replace some kitchens and you need to replace some
I'm
floors,
not.
fix some
yeah.
floors. The one place had a disintegrated cat. You didn't go in and look at that one.
Disintegrated cat?
It was a disintegrated cat in
Wait.
the basement. I swear to
Ew,
God.
I hate that.
Yeah, it was all you could see of this cat was its skull, hair,
That's cool.
and I stepped on a bone because I didn't know. It was the bone was
In
on
the
the other
beginning,
side of the
yeah,
room.
in the entrance to the basement.
Yeah.
But the problem was so they what they did, they smoked the house for pest control, right?
Oh, and the cat died.
But they didn't use a normal amount. They used maybe 20 of the big cans.
Yeah, they were
not of the
cans
short
Really?
cans,
in
of
every
the
room.
big
In
cans.
every room.
It
Wow.
was like Holocaust inside. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It seems to me like a bit extreme. Also, if you consider the neighbors
Yeah, I'm surprised.
to
Yeah.
do something like that,
I'm surprised the neighbors didn't get sick.
maybe there was something going on.
Okay, so this property
I
is
don't
nowhere near as good as I thought it was.
No. It's every one of them can be rented tomorrow. It depends to who.
Yeah.
I don't make a house, and you too. We don't make houses that are good enough for Section 8. They are good enough for Chester or good enough for Norristown or good enough. We are doing them good enough according to our standards.
Okay?
Okay? This person is doing them good enough. He say, I'm doing them specifically, for example, for Section 8. Because Section 8 will accept that.
Right, I agree.
And the problem with that to me is that, yes, Section 8 will accept that. People will live there. I don't think that when people will get a house like that, they will keep it in good shape.
No, I agree.
Yeah, and also please understand when he says that for you guys who think Section 8 doesn't take care of their people, they do. So
No.
there's a certain inspection they have to have. Everything has to work. Everything has to be neat and clean.
But it's basic. It's
But it could be
extremely
basic, right? You don't have to have the best of anything, right?
Yes, correct.
They can't hear you.
What, I don't know. Kimmy's got all kinds of stuff going on here, but I don't know. We're looking at the online people talking to us.
Okay, so again, it depends what do you want, and if you want, like you mentioned, to get the high value in rent market, in rent fair market, fair
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 market, right?
market rent.
whatever, yes.
Right.
So you need to make it exceptional. Let's say
Okay.
that exceptional, even for the area. Even for the area, those were not exceptional in any way.
No.
So even the estimate they showed for rent, I think they are a bit.
High. They were too high.
They are, yeah, they're
Okay.
very
So
optimistic.
What is the estimated rent that you think you can get?
So if she will go with Section 8, she can get the hard fair market value,
Okay,
which is around 1,900
You're getting that much?
for each one of them.
Only for Section 8. Like if you do a regular
Yeah.
market,
Yeah.
you're looking at
1,700?
You shouldn't be
14,
surprised.
1,500.
It's 3 bedrooms. All of them are 3 bedrooms.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's small. None of them are more than like 1,000 square feet. They're tiny.
They
little
were
places.
more than 1,000 square feet.
No, most
not,
of them
not
are
by
But
not.
even
much.
now, okay, so let's say you're going
Yeah.
to get 1,500 on the market. You're going to get a little bit more in Section 8, which blows my mind that Section 8 gives you more now.
Let's find a
That
middle.
much
Let's
more.
say 1,750 or 1,700.
Okay.
For Section
1,700.
8, you mean?
let's do the middle.
All right.
Some Section 8, some that. Let's do 1,700, and I think this is a bit optimistic.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, so let's do 1,700
I think
times
1,500 is realistic.
times 6, right?
I know, but I think 1,500 is more. I don't think 1,700 is realistic.
So I think you should use 1,500. Let's use 1,600 just so we can compromise. All right.
Okay.
So times 6, you're gonna get
it's
9,600.
9,600.
9,600. Yeah.
9,600, correct.
Yeah.
9,600. We have a rule we are using here in the school. It's more a guide than a rule because there are more variables to this calculation. But according to our rule, the rent needs to be 1% of the. It's not the value of your investment in the property. For example, if you bought a house ready for rent or maybe even rented for $100,000, you need to get for it $1,000 every month. That's the 1% guide, the 1% rule. If you buy a house for $100,000 that needs work, and then you will rent it for $1,000, this doesn't make sense.
Right.
Because of the time of the renovation, the cost of the renovation, all that. You will be over $100,000 invested in the property. The fixed asset will be higher than the purchase price, and then this doesn't make sense.
So the absolute most I would pay for this with renovations is $900,000. That'd be the most I would pay, and I don't even know if I want to pay that much
With renovations.
With renovation.
including renovations.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
This is where she's at.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I offered 830 because I think it's gonna need some more because 4 of them are still vacant and 2 of them are gonna need some significant work. So that's why I thought 830 was a decent price.
I think 830 is the top most actually that you should go. So you put your offer at 830. They came back and said we don't think they're going to accept it.
Yeah.
But I think you should walk if they don't.
Okay.
It sounds like unless they want to sell them individually.
No, it's a package deal.
Yeah, okay.
They told I did ask about that, and they said it's a package
So
deal.
there is the package deal benefits the seller and benefits the buyer. In here, it say that
No, it only benefits the seller because the seller's trying to get rid of the properties.
no, it also benefits the buyer because the buyer normally, if you get all of them, you get a better deal.
That's what that's perception, but that doesn't mean it's true.
If the price is not good for the package deal, you won't buy the deal,
Of course,
right?
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how I see it. So I agree. It's a good deal. It's a very good option to increase portfolio. If we think about because we are teaching here how to buy property without absolutely no money out of your pocket. When you're not using your own money, you use someone else's money.
Right.
If you think about the loan that you will take to get those properties, the renovation cost and the rental income, I think you will see that at the end of the month you will be you will have nothing left, or a teeny tiny bit left.
Yeah, because I would need to borrow some renovation money to fix up 2 of those units.
All right. Yeah. So hold on one second. I got to do a technical question to Sean. Hey, Sean, I'm trying to respond to you on the messenger, and I'm not getting any response from you. So I'm wondering if we have any calls that I don't see. Oh, okay, all right, that's fine. Because I wasn't sure. Because I'm surprised. Usually when we give something away, somebody calls in.
Mm-hmm.
So what?
So, all right. Well,
Nobody loves us, man.
Kimmy said that they couldn't hear.
No. So they couldn't. They
No, that's
couldn't
right.
hear only
We
the
need to go back to our regular time.
They couldn't hear the commercial.
The
so that's
commercial.
probably-
Yeah,
They couldn't
that's
hear
okay.
the
They couldn't
computer.
hear. They said they couldn't hear the commercial. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But that's just online. But we could fix that again. But I just wanted to make sure that people. So you guys know, the Champaign Real Estate event. What day is it?
January 22nd.
January 22nd. If you call in now,
You will get a free ticket.
you'll get a free ticket. So why not? If nothing else, enjoy the champagne.
Exactly. What
Right.
do you have to lose, right?
It's going to be a fun night. It's going to be just a night of celebration. We're going to be celebrating success of students.
We have stories that I want to hear again.
Right.
I
Exactly.
heard them before. I want to hear them again.
Right, and we're also going to be talking, if you had questions, we'd answer questions. And also, if you had a real estate deal, we would help you with the real estate deal as well. And if you need money for your real estate deal, you can pitch us to it, and we'll help you find money for your real estate deal.
Correct.
So it's going to be a really great night. So I would go for it. Definitely go for it.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to go to a commercial break?
Hold on a second. I want to see something. I want to see if I can make this work first, and then we'll go to commercial break.
Okay.
So there was also another set of properties that they were looking to sell, and they were in Chester, so they had 4 different units, and the
Same owner.
Same. I don't know if it's the same owner or not. I'm not
Okay.
sure. But
Same wholesaling company.
Same wholesaling
Hey, you know what?
company.
Hold on a second. I'm going to play a testimonial and see if the people online can hear it, all right?
Okay.
Because I like playing testimonials anyway.
Because they are the
Now,
best.
now nothing's working now. Huh. Oh, I see why. Okay, hold on 1 second. Here we go. And. All right, here we go. Oh, I see. So for whatever reason, it's not going out online. I don't know why, but it is going out. I assume you heard it. You heard it, right, Sean? Oh, must have been too late. I probably was making it louder for the online. I didn't realize. Well, whatever.
But it's a different A. So yeah.
No, there's something. I could see it not going out. I'm also wondering if our sound effects are working too.
We are a financial show. It's the exit.
Yeah, well, that's right. There might be something going on from here to here to the online. We'll figure it out another time.
The mixer.
What? You think
Go
so?
into the AUX of the mixer because the microphone go in.
Right.
But no, the computer.
I know. But if so I'm gonna have to. He doesn't understand.
So we're back to
Have you
This
ever
doesn't make any sense.
been in a show?
I know, really.
Instead of the Larry Steinhouse AV show.
I know, exactly.
Back to,
The technical difficulty show.
Yeah, exactly.
Back to,
So just for that, we're gonna go to commercial so I can see if I can fix it. How's that?
Sure, let's do
Okay,
that.
go. I don't run at least 4. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Larry.
Hold on 1 second. It's just not getting. I don't understand how it's not getting to the camera. I mean, to the switcher. Doesn't make any sense. I see it there. It's just not going there. Weird. I do not understand. Oh, I bet I know why. I know why.
What?
I think I know why.
Go into the AUX.
Hold on. I know what it is.
What?
Watch. Nope.
Larry.
That's not what it was either.
Are you in the AUX?
Wait, hold on. All right. It's not working. Oh, I don't know. I give up. Not worried. Okay, hope I didn't mess up anything else. That's all.
Where's the computer?
Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
The sound effects aren't going through to online either.
We'll go.
I don't know why.
We'll fix it.
Doesn't make sense. Thank you, man. Omri, how did you?
What?
Oh, never mind. All right. Welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show. I'm here with my co-host, Omri Morad, the immigrant, and Dr. Deb, the straight man.
Straight man.
Straight man.
I'm a straight man.
Which is definitely an oxymoron now, as we talked about earlier. And what else? So we talked about...
Apparently I'm a gay woman? What do you mean? It's oxymoron.
No. The word straight man is oxymoron.
It was a joke, Larry.
Yeah.
It's one of your silly jokes that don't always go over well. It's one of those.
What?
What?
What did you say?
I said it's one of your silly jokes that don't always
Yeah,
go
it's a
over
dad
well.
joke, man. I'm 60. That's actually a granddad joke now.
Oh, okay.
You know, my granddad used to say, you know, he would peel an orange in front of the temple and watch the juice come out.
So stupid.
I mean, that's the kind of, you get older, you make jokes like that, and when you're 60, you start to appreciate them.
Okay.
That's how bad.
All right.
No.
All right, let's go back to.
Wow, you just ruined the whole mood of the show, Dad.
I just ruined the whole mood of the show.
Ruined the
At
whole
what
mood of the
age
show.
Let's go back to me being a straight man instead of
Be a straight man. Come on.
instead of a gay woman. I'll be a
Okay,
straight
so
man instead of a gay woman.
we analyze your deal, and I
Yes.
think we figure out that the price you offered is basically the right price, and I think it's fine, and you will stay with it,
Yeah, I won't go.
and
any
you
higher.
won't go any higher.
Yeah.
And we are still experiencing a shift, you can call it, with the rental market. And we still,
I don't know why I'm having so much trouble renting my properties all of a sudden.
I don't know.
It's very strange.
So I think it's maybe it's not normal. Maybe
It might just be December.
maybe it's normal for
And I
December.
don't usually have this many empty. I don't usually have this many empty at any one time.
So
I know, but
I actually have a question. Actually, now
Sure.
that we're talking about that, because we were talking a little bit about Section 8. So if you're posting a property, so I just fixed up. Julius just fixed up my place. I have a place in Philly that just got rehabbed. I just got fixed up and it's ready to go on the market. So and I can get more in Section 8 than I can if I do the regular market. So the question is, what do I list it at? Do I list it at market rent or do I list it at Section 8 rent? Because Section 8 rent is much higher.
So you could list it at whatever you want to list it at, and Section 8 is going to give you a certain amount of money. They're going to give it to you anyway.
Okay, so I can list it. I should list it for probably.
But you
market
could
rent.
basically say yes, but if it's Section 8, I want this much money. you
no,
can do that.
it's no. So
So it doesn't work that way?
It's not that it doesn't work that way. You need to understand something. Sometimes, no, most of the time, there is a tenant there that will pay a portion of the rent.
Okay.
And they used to pay a portion of the rent. Maybe it's the same portion because they have the same job and the same amount of kid. They know that they are paying 30%. When they come to see your place, you can always increase the price. This is an open market. You can decide that someone came and gave you more, and you can say, no, I have a higher offer. We saw this with cars, with bidding war, with properties. You can do the same with rent. You can come and say, I want now more because I've been offered more. So the tenant that come to you because you listed this house for $1,500, they did the calculation. I need to pay 30%. $1,500. I need to pay $450. If they come, and now you tell them the rent is $1,800, right?
Mhm.
Now they know that the rent is $540.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whatever.
$540.
But,
So
okay.
you need to understand that if it's not only the section, the conventional tenant, the self-paying tenant that you are affecting, you're also affecting the Section 8 tenant.
Okay, but hold on.
And you can't give a separate price for Section 8 and separate price for...
No, but you can and you can't.
Okay.
So I mean, the first question is, do you accept Section 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, my standard answer is always yes.
Mm-hmm.
Although I have none at this point. But my answer is always yes.
Mm-hmm.
But and then I always say, hey, you got to check to see if they're going to pay that rent. Now, I always ask for high rent. I always ask for the highest rent in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So they usually, sometimes they don't make it, sometimes they can. And if they can, great, we'll move on. But if it's listed at $1,500 and Section 8 is going to pay $1,800 for that, then you'll get $1,800.
Agreed, but I don't want to be in a position with Section 8, with the caseworker, or with anybody that the price go high. I increase the price, especially for them. So I go with higher
But the
price.
caseworker wants you to get paid more because they want to put their client in there.
I understand. I agree with
That's
that.
why they pay more, especially now.
That was the problem.
That's why they're paying more now.
That was the problem. That's exactly why people are calling you and ask you, do you accept Section 8? Because, first of all, they're being guided to ask this question by their caseworkers. Because, unfortunately, for many years, and I think still today, people don't want to deal with Section 8.
Right, and that's a mistake.
To be honest, it's not discrimination. It's not that point. Some people don't want to go through all the bureaucracy of Section 8, of what's called the housing authorities for each county, because it can be a big headache. You need to file those documents, then you need to basically explain the situation, or I don't know how to say that, because you don't know what the rent will be until the last minute. You approve the tenant, you fill up the form.
Yeah, that's insane
You
too.
submit the application, and then comes the question. This is a 4-bedroom house. They don't count bathrooms. It's fine. You need to have one, but don't count bathroom. You have a gas heater, electric water heater, okay, and I don't know, gas stove, and then someone do in Section 80 calculation based on what utilities you pay, what utilities the tenant pay, and then they tell you how much they approve. Now they can say we approve your asking price, or they say we are not approving your asking price. We approve a bit less. That's how it works. So that's the situation.
So what happens if they approve a bit less? You say, no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to take that.
You lost a month or a month and a half.
Yeah, that's my problem with Section 8.
Not a month. No,
I don't have a problem with Section 8 with taking Section 8. I have no problem with that. I have a problem with the games.
Working
this is my rent. If you can't pay this, please don't talk to me.
I know. So the problem is that...
but when I was in my Monroe property, I had some Section 8 tenants who were applying. It didn't take a month. It took about a week, maybe max, and I was talking to them.
That's awesome.
Maybe it's because it was Philly, and it's, I don't know. But when I was talking to them, like, they'd call me up, and they'd be like, hey, Deb, we want to try to get this person in here. Can you give us an idea? And then we would talk back and forth. I said, the lowest I can go is this, and if you can't do it, then this isn't going to happen.
So Montgomery was the same. It was faster. It became very lower. I don't know, maybe because there's only one lady that do that.
Okay.
There's only one lady who approved the leases, and she come back to you and say, "This is how much I'm willing to pay."
And she was the one who was out because of the election.
No.
Maybe that's the key. Yeah. Maybe it's because it was only one person. Maybe where you're going, it's only one person. Maybe in Philly, there's more than one person who's approving it. Yeah. So that's probably what the issue is.
And she approves it, and then she come back to you and she tell you, this is the amount we're willing to pay. Now, I want to tell you something. In Tampa, for example, and we had a Section 8 tenant in Tampa, they didn't approve the price. And we, at that point, refused to agree. We also got guided.
You didn't refuse to agree, you just disagreed on the
I'm
price.
sorry, we disagreed. We said, no, we're not going to there.
Okay.
The next day, we got a call from Section 8, and they said the price is approved.
Okay.
So, realistically, you don't negotiate with them. I think because of lack opportunity, lack options for Section 8 tenants, they
are a little more willing.
Open their mind. You can say that.
Because I know that
I think they're looking to place these people, and that's part of the problem, and that's fine.
Listen,
the government wants to pay extra to place these people. I have no problem with it. I have no problem with Section 8 whatsoever. You still got to interview the tenant. You got to talk to the tenant. You got to get you a good feeling about it. You got to talk to the old landlord, and if the landlord said they're fine, if you ask the right questions, that is, then they say they're fine, then I would approve the tenant.
So I accept tenants that normally other people won't accept. That's why I used to be the worst landlord.
Right.
I'm more careful, but I like to give opportunity to people. I like to wake up in the morning and be proud of what I'm.
No credit score.
Yeah.
But I want to know the story.
Always.
I mean, if the story is, well, I just don't feel like paying my bills, and I was late to my last.
They will never say that.
I know.
Yeah,
but you could read into that story.
Of course.
You could read, or I haven't had a job in 6 months, and now I finally got one a week ago, and now I want a place to live. No, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be your guinea pig.
So let's do this game, okay? Let's do a game and make it fun. Ding, 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 ding. Are you going to rent to a tenant that has 100 cases in court for bad parking?
For bad parking?
Yes.
Well, you're probably not going to have 100 cases. They probably would have towed the car. But if that's the only thing I see is parking tickets, I probably have no problem with it.
What about you?
I had a tenant in Philly, and I looked him up on PAE docket.
Yes.
And he was caught driving without a license like 2 or 3 times.
I said parking.
I know, but it's along the same lines, right? It's not a landlord-tenant thing. I mean, if they have a landlord-tenant thing, then no, I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if their thing is something unrelated to that, except for drugs, I mean, then I don't. The guy's driving without a license. Who cares? I'm not as worried about that.
Okay.
Well, I guess it depends.
The driving without a license, I have a conversation with them and say, how are you going to get to work?
It's a conversation. You're right.
Where do you work? I work in Delaware, and I want to get a place in Philadelphia. So you have to drive every day to Delaware. Do you have a license now? No.
Yeah,
how are you going to get to work?
Yeah.
No, I asked them, how do you get to work every day?
Right.
Yeah, I want to see if they say, I use the train. I want to hear that.
Okay,
Right.
so I guess that was a bad example. But if we go back to your example of parking tickets,
Yeah.
I am not so worried about parking
Me
tickets.
too. Now, what about domestic cases?
No, I'm not
So,
interested.
here's the deal.
I want to hear the story
Yeah, I want to hear the
regarding
story.
domestic,
Exactly right.
because I tell you what's going on, especially when you work with families, normally single women with kids that are coming from shelter, and you give them a safe place. You want to know sometimes, especially when you see domestic cases, if
I guess you have to have more of an idea of what that. When you say
what's
domestic,
going on.
yeah, what's going
Exactly.
on? Like what specifically is going on? Like if it's like a husband and wife or a couple who have been in court for domestic violence, that's something different as opposed to a woman who's trying to escape from a bad relationship.
I was in this position.
Yeah.
And a few months later, the husband, ex-husband, boyfriend, whatever it was, opened the door for me at this house, okay, with a Rottweiler, who's holding the dog, and
Rottweiler.
With Rottweiler, exactly, and opened the dog and said, "Get the hell out of here." And that's why I want to know the story. It's very important for me to know that I'm
He told you to get out of there?
Yeah. Now, he wasn't part of the lease.
Okay.
But apparently something got better, I don't know, between them. She thought it got better, and she brought him back in, even though he wasn't part of the lease.
Okay.
And this created a problem.
Yeah.
And this created a problem. I saw those things. So yes, we need to ask those questions. It's not in order to discriminate people. It's because we want, talking about myself, I want to be proud on what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
Very, very much.
I ask questions. If I look up people, I mean, even people, that had drug history. So if I go into EPA docket and, possession of heroin,
yeah,
I'm like, okay. And they always can tell me, well, I'm not on heroin anymore. I'm like, okay. So what did you do to get off your heroin? Well, I just told you I wasn't on it. That's why I did get off it. The last time I took it was 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry. I'm just not running to you.
So let's talk about that. Ding, 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 ding. When the case for drug usage or drug...
Omri's taking over the show, man.
No, I'm not.
He is taking over the show.
He took over the show.
Good for you.
But go ahead.
And Larry, you're letting him. So, you're an enabler.
You behave so badly to him. He's doing his technical difficulties. So I brought a subject that I'm actually very like to discuss.
Good for you.
Okay.
And I will ask you another question. How many years after a case will you agree to accept a tenant?
Not how many years.
No years?
Same thing. It has to do with conversation.
If it's
10
10
years... I will
years...
tell you that every single person that had a drug history or an alcoholic history that I accepted, I regretted.
Yeah.
Every one.
I understand.
So it's becoming... Oh, no, I shouldn't say that, except for one. That's not true. All but one. And actually, I was so against taking this tenant because of the history that I had, that they had to convince me to take them, and they become one of my favorite tenants.
Who convinced you? The tenant?
The tenant.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was a couple of things they said. First of all, he became born again after he had, after this incident. There was a whole bunch. It was like a whole conversation. And the more I spoke to him, the more I liked him, and the more I said, "Okay, I'll give you a chance." I said, "Just don't disappoint me."
I want to see.
Sure, he's been a tenant of mine for 5 years, and no problems whatsoever.
What? Where is it?
In Warminster.
Okay. So I want to see goodwill.
Yeah.
And if I see goodwill, I can live with almost everything, and I'm fine. When I don't see any sign of goodwill, this is where the problem starts, for me at least. For me. So, for example, I had a tenant recently, and she was in a shelter. She, when after every call, I asked the person to text me their full name and the hour they wish to come, so I know to wait for them, because that's why I put it in my calendar. When I have the name, I check the name. This specific tenant had a court case for landlord-tenant for every place she lived in.
Yeah, I'm saying absolutely no.
In the last 5 years.
Yeah, they could give me 3 months rent in advance, and I probably still wouldn't take them.
In the last 5 years, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I talked to her about that when she called again, and I told her, I'm not sure I can accept it. And then I got a call from the caseworker, because she's part of an organization that helps her. She lives in a shelter with 5 kids, and I wanted to see if I can help. The problem to me in this case was the organization.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was the organization. Right. The organization pushed very hard and tried to make it like I am discriminating a tenant. They refused to answer almost any question about the history, about what's going on. Yes, there was another person in every one of those court cases. There was another person. It wasn't only her. But I wanted to ask if this person is still in the picture, because I want to see. And you shouldn't ask those questions. I said, okay, why? If this person is still in the picture.
So when a caseworker has an attitude with me,
yeah,
you know, you're right. I'm not going to ask them anymore. And matter of fact, go find another place for your tenant, your person to live. Have a nice day. Goodbye, click.
So that's what I did. That's exactly what I did.
If they have an attitude, I don't even want to.
I can't deal with that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the same. I'm too delicate.
I mean, I had that where
yeah,
where some woman accused me, said, "Oh, you just don't want to rent to me because I'm black." I'm like, no. I do care that you got thrown out of your last two places, that you don't have the money for the security deposit, that you don't have this, and your paycheck says you're lying about your income. That's why I'm saying no to you.
Yeah.
And then she just went on and on and on about, and I just hung up on her. I'm like, I don't even want to talk to you.
I can't.
You know?
So when I talked to the organization, they had a problem with me that I'm asking for first, last, and security.
Yeah.
It became a big issue. You know that normally you shouldn't ask that. I said, what do you mean? He said, normally landlords don't ask for first, last, and security. They only ask for security or a last. I said, no, it's not true. And I'm in this business for enough years.
Again, whether it's true or not, that's your policy. You
exactly,
can do anything you want.
That's
like when you
the law.
When you go to court and the judge says, "I'm not giving you your late fees for the last 3 months," and you're like, "Why?" Because I just don't want to. Well, I don't think you understand. They signed this contract. Why do we have a problem with this? So they decide for you what part of the contract they're going to hold up. We noticed that in COVID anyway. We got 10 minutes. Unfortunately, we don't have a 2-hour show today. So I actually wanted to bring up, look, so Christmas is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Hanukkah's coming, right? New Year's is coming. I want to make sure that we all let everybody know that we are
closed.
We are closed this week, right? So if you do go to investorschooling.com and sign up, I don't think we've set it up to automatically go to January 2nd.
I don't know, but we are open. We are open on Monday. On Monday, right. We are closed the next days.
Right, but the next free class is January 2nd, right? Yes. So here's a question.
2nd. It is January 2nd.
I have a question for you guys, and maybe we can get some callers on this.
Uh-huh.
And if you call up and you are relatively close, within 20%, if you're within 20% of this number, I will give you free tickets to the Champagne and Real Estate event on January 22nd, all right?
Sure.
How much does the average person spend on Christmas gifts in America?
Do you know the answer?
I do.
I'm pretty sure it's too much.
Well, how much do you think? I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong. Just tell me what you think.
$500.
All right, what do you think, Deb?
And that's for the household?
No, for whatever they spend. Average person, what do you spend on Christmas gifts?
You say household? How much is household?
You're missing the point.
Based on whatever they spend, like how much money they spend on Christmas for the average person in America.
Okay.
The number will surprise you.
You think it's higher?
Well, no, I'm just saying the number will surprise you.
Okay, I would go with 500.
Okay, what do you say, Deb?
I think 2,000 or 3,000.
Okay, all right. So here's the deal. What's the phone number, Omri?
Oh, that's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137.
Okay, well, come on, give me a little more.
That's 855.
No. Let them hear it.
What do you mean by more?
A couple more times the phone number.
855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137.
All right, cool. All right, so if you call up now and you give us an answer that's within 20% of the answer, we're going to give you free tickets to the Champagne and Real Estate event.
Okay.
All right, so.
I would be surprised if Debbie is right. It's a big number.
I'm going to tell you that the number surprised me. Okay, it surprised me with the number. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why it surprised me.
In a second. Yeah.
In a minute. If we get a couple of calls, we don't have a lot of time, but if we get a couple of calls, But you know, if nobody calls in the next 2 or 3 minutes, I'll have to tell you anyway because we're out of time. I hate these 1 hour shows.
I know.
They're too short.
I know, I agree.
You know, it's just terrible.
You know what my break point regarding Christmas and regarding tenancy? I will tell you what my break
So
point.
online, Carrie says 3,000. By the way,
Carrie
if you want to do, that's fine. If you want to tell us what you think online, that's fine too. But Carrie says 3,000. By the way, we didn't say hello to people online. We need to quickly say hello. We got Blake, we got Kimmy, we got Glenn. I can't.
Bean Bean.
Bean. I don't know who Bean is, but
Bean.
Bean, we appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. And it sounds like we stayed on the whole time, so I'm really glad to hear it. Somebody said there was audio problem. I think the only audio problem though is the
computer.
Coming through. And I don't know why.
And here I think we are having a caller.
We might have a caller.
We hope.
We might.
People, yeah. If people will need to buy presents and spend on Christmas before they pay the rent, that's my
So how much did you spend on Christmas this year?
Nothing yet.
Okay, how much did you spend on Christmas this year?
Maybe $200, $300.
Right. So it's funny. So you guys know. So I do this. If you watch my Facebook posts, I do this thing where I randomly give people $500 gift cards.
Mm-hmm.
So like so if you go to my if you follow me on Facebook, you've seen it. I randomly give $500 gift cards. So I actually, and I gotta be honest with you, the funniest thing is I spend more money. So I say I give away 2. This year I gave away 3. So I gave $1,500 away to random people that I don't even know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Just people who are down on luck, people who they suggested, who other people suggested, right? And I know this call is coming up just real quick. I just want to finish this. And so I spent. I'm going to tell you right now. I spent more money on that $1,500 than I've spent on everybody together for Christmas presents. All right.
Good.
So real quick, we got Dan. What's up, Dan? Whoa, he's been doing it for 2 years longer than me. Wait, you've been doing this for 2 years longer than me, man. I know. Oh, so you're younger.
He's older.
What?
I don't have time.
Sorry. That's awesome, man. You should come see us. You should come see us at Investor Schooling. You definitely should, because we may give you some tips on how to get more.
You should.
Or some tips on how to save taxes or protect yourself with it. So I got a bunch of callers on it. What do you think? So what do you think people spend on Christmas? Yeah, you get $975, huh? All right, so you might be a winner or not. I'm not gonna tell you, but I'm gonna have Sean take your phone number and your phone number and your email. I'm gonna call you back and tell you if you're a winner, because I want to let the other people guess. All right. All right, man. Thanks. All right, Chris, what's going on, man? What do you think? 1,500. All right. So I'm going to tell you that you are.
No, don't tell. Just continue. Let's put everybody on.
Let's put everybody on.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. You know what? Hey, I don't know if you could do this, Sean. Could you put them on hold? You know what? I'm going to give it to everybody. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to give it to everybody who calls. How's that? All right. So put him on hold. Get his phone number, Chris. All right,
Melissa.
real quick. What is that? Is it Melissa?
Melissa.
Melissa, what's going on? 5,000. Wow, you must be rich.
Okay.
So wait. If you're spending 5,000 on Christmas gifts, you need to come to Investor Schooling and buy me a Christmas gift. So come to Investor School. Actually, you're going to be there. You're going to come to the Champagne and Real Estate event. We're going to give you a free ticket to it. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to tell you what the answer is in a couple of minutes. But Sean's going to take your number because everybody who plays at this point is going to get it.
And we
So
have Ken.
let's go to Ken. $1,500. All right.
13. He said 1,300.
1,300. Okay, cool.
1,300.
All right. So,
Yeah.
all right. So I'm gonna. So, do we have any more callers, Sean? I know you're like doing a million things.
Okay.
No, we don't. Okay. So you ready? Are we ready? Are we ready to tell you what the answer is?
Dun, 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 dun.
So I'm gonna tell you the funniest thing. I think Dan from Collegeville looked it up on Google
Because it's
because he was
$9.75.
$2 off.
Really?
$9.77 is the average.
Oh, wow.
So isn't that amazing? So $9.77 is the average of what people spend at Christmas. Now, I find it interesting because I don't even think I spend that much. Now, between everybody in my family, but here's and here's what's really weird, right? Because you know that I'm it's not just about Hanukkah. It's
Okay.
like, but I'm well off. I have money. I have money to do whatever I want. But I don't really concentrate on holidays or birthday or holiday. And I'm like, oh, this is something that I just saw that it just happens to be close to holidays, or I'll save it for the holiday. But if I find something I want to buy, I just buy it and give it to the person. You know what I mean? So if it just happens to be, like my wife and I, we don't even exchange presents for birthdays or Christmas anymore, because anything she wants, you can have, and anything she wants to buy me, she just buys me, and she buys it random. So when I add up all the money I spend on Christmas, it's usually not a lot, and that's what I said before. What I said before, interestingly enough, is we got a whole bunch of calls coming in now. We have a whole bunch of calls.
No.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay, that was just you giving the numbers. Okay, that's fine. Okay, cool. So that's what I do. I just automatically do it. About $1,000 is what people spend. So that's kind of interesting.
No, I think we've done that too. Like the older my kids are, and me and my husband, we don't exchange anymore. And my girls, they want like something really specific, which is like I don't know, $50, $100. So I don't spend that much anymore, which is great because it used to be a lot more. It's when they were kids, we were buying all kinds of crap, and now I don't think like I said, I think I spent $200-$300 so far, like total.
All the crap is a problem. Because
All
people are buying in order to buy.
All right, hold on. We got a minute left of the show, so I want to make sure everybody, we wish everybody Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, New Year's. We'll probably do a repeat of this show next Saturday because none of us are here. So if you're hearing this show and it's a repeat, I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you had a great Hanukkah, and I hope you have a great New Year. So if you listen to the repeat, that's fine. Obviously, if you tried to call, that's why it didn't work, because we're not live anymore. We're live now, but we're not live.
But leave us a voicemail.
We're not live in the future. It's too complicated.
Yeah, it's too
Anyway, go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. You can take a complimentary class. You can learn how to buy houses with no money. You can learn how to invest in the stock market. You can learn how to make more money with your money. And you can learn how to turn your annuity, which is the biggest piece of junk financial product out there, into a real cash flowing thing. So, investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. We will see you guys on Thursday, January 2nd. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, I did.
So, I have a question for you.
Sounds good, man. See you.
Sean. I'll see you later. Bye.
Why do you call him Sean?
Because his name